Best local criminal keeps busy when he should have been behind bars.
Why he was out free, allegedly putting a local cop in the hospital.
I am not happy. This should not have occurred.
A longtime Spokane crook who was supposed to be sentenced to prison this morning spent his last days of freedom allegedly committing more crimes, including an armed robbery.
KXLY4 has learned that it was Christopher Hardwick who triggered a pursuit this weekend that put a Spokane police officer in the hospital with a broken neck. Jeff Humphrey joins us live at Robyn Division, where Hardwick or his accomplice stabbed a man in the stomach. Jeff?
And Dave, Spokane's police chief says none of this would have happened if Hardwick had been locked up in jail after he pleaded guilty to a series of crimes back in June. Unfortunately, he was released while he was awaiting his sentencing that was supposed to happen this morning. And in the meantime, Hardwick allegedly claimed additional crime victims.
Court is in session. You may be seated.
Up until now, the deal Chris Hardwick had struck with prosecutors seemed to make a lot of sense. Hardwick admits breaking the law to support his methamphetamine habit, and so he was heading to prison where he'd get 3 years of drug treatment behind bars. However, Hardwick was allowed to remain free until his sentencing, and just 2 days before he was supposed to be locked up, police say Hardwick took part in an armed robbery at this Ruby Street gas station that left a man with a knife wound in his stomach.
He was due to go to prison, and he was out in the interim between the time he had pled guilty to the time he was to report to prison because of lowered bail.
Prosecutors agreed to lower Hardwick's bond from $40,000 to $3,000 because Hardwick had showed up to all of his court appearances and pleaded guilty to nonviolent crimes. However, it now appears that Hardwick spent his last weekend of freedom breaking the law again, leaving the chief's officers wondering what they have to do to keep repeat offenders locked up.
They are definitely frustrated, rightfully so. We see their work being undermined, not intentionally, but it's the system that is a problem.
And as of late, the criminal justice system in Spokane has been trying to save money by reducing the amount of time suspected criminals are spending in our jail. Lower bonds are being set so more inmates can be released. But while incarceration costs may be down, the chief says the risk to the public is growing.
80% of our crime is committed by 20% of our repeat offenders. And we can tell you, because we measure it, that when these repeat offenders are in jail, our crime rate goes down.
Now, Spokane County did avoid spending several $1,000s by not requiring Hardwick to be locked up in jail during the past 7 weeks, but the cost of his alleged crimes this weekend, including that officer's medical bills, will quickly erase any savings they might have realized by doing so. In the meantime, by the way, that officer has been released by the hospital. That happened this afternoon. Reporting live in North Spokane, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.